Good afternoon, YouTube. A beautiful day here in Southeast Tennessee. We're sitting at about 70 degrees with a little bit of sprinkle of rain happening here and there in between the sun uh, peeking out. The rain is trying to fall. But anyhow, I've got these hugelkultur mounds behind me. There's this one and then that one. I want to plant some potatoes in them, at least the one. I got about, let me show you what I got. So these are just seed potatoes, potato slips, whatever you want to call them. Anything will do, even your store-bought potato. If you just leave them sitting underneath the counter for a couple weeks, the eyes will start to grow out. That's what you're looking for. And once those do, then you're set to go ahead and plant them. We cut them so there's at least one eye on there, and if there's only one good eye, then we just plant the whole potato. But in this case, like here's one that's got two good eyes on it, and it must have had a couple others because we split it. Same thing with this one; it's got a couple good eyes on it. So, um, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a combination of a roost stout, and I'm going to try to do it in my culture bed, if that makes any sense. I'm going to plant the potatoes, and then I got some waste hay over here. I'm going to just put over the top of everything and see if it how it works out. So why don't I'll set you guys up and I'll go ahead and start planting. Okay. So being that it's only March 2nd, it is kind of early to be planting anything at all. But potatoes go down and then they get covered up with a pretty good mulch anyhow. So if it gets too cold for them, you just pile on a little extra mulch for a few days. That's all. But other than that, it's not definitely not too early to plant them. So let's see here. What I've heard as a rule of thumb is to plant them about an inch deep for however, like this slip's about 2 inches. So people say plant it 2 inches deep. It it may seem kind of shallow, but we're gonna have mulch on top of this, like I said. So I think I'll be okay. Do do do. Dig in here with my hands. Just do it that way. Just try to keep the raccoons and the squirrels from digging them up. Do do do. Do do do. So what else did we plant today? Because this isn't the first group that I planted. We planted down at the house. We planted 2 rows, I believe, at least 2 rows. She might have done a third, and then Julia planted a row of carrots. And again, it's not too early because they get so heavily mulched that if it gets cold, um, they'll be okay. In fact, carrots prefer cold weather. You'll get a sweeter carrot than if you grow it out in warm weather. So I got to remember where I plant all these. I don't think I'll plant anything else in this pile. I'll just do the potatoes and that's it. Definitely going to take quite a bit of hay to cover this mound. Oh, my back's bothering me today. I think it's all the digging that we've been doing. Soil's great. Super loose, nice and brown. So Ruth Stout, she she's the one who developed this method of deep mulching with the hay. And she didn't even bury them in the dirt. She would just pull back the hay, drop the potato, and cover it back up with hay. And she had really good success with her potatoes. And that's kind of what we did down near the house. We just pulled it back, pulled a little soil back, and yeah, covered them right back up. Mostly with hay, not dirt, even though we did put about an inch or two of dirt on there. So it's fun to get back out in the yard and do some gardening. These temperatures are perfect. It's 70 degrees and there's a nice breeze. It's overcast, which is great. 3 more right here. Don't know what this weed is, but it's got to go. All right. It's good. Now we got to go get some hay. And let's set the shovel over here so I don't lose it. So I'll show you what we got for hay over here. See how much we can actually scoop up. We got a couple big piles. I think I can scoop these. Let me go grab the tractor and we'll see. Yeah, let's see how this goes. And it's that netting that they wrap these bales up in. To me, it's the worst. I I'd rather deal with the string. Oh, we got a half a bucket there, anyhow. A bit. This side. One more bucket, anyhow. Well, maybe not. This is spreading around pretty good. Yeah. I think I'll get one more. Go grab one more bucket. Okay, I was able to grab a nice chunk. This should be enough. Spread it around. And how they grow. There's been in my house in the past. Um, so I learned different. But they grow in new potatoes off of off the roots. It grows new roots not just below ground, but if you take the plant and you lay it sideways, that whole long stem will become roots, and you'll get um, potatoes on it as well. That's why you see people, they'll heal them up and they'll build up mounds, and their potato mound will start at this height, and by the end of the summer, the mound may be like that high, and then you just keep adding dirt to the top of the plant. You can completely cover the plant, and it'll still find its way through and pop out of the mulch or the soil or whatever. So so that's it's great to have them planted in great soil, but if you don't build the soil up around the top of the plant, you just won't get as many potatoes. You know, it's no different than the tomatoes. Now, a tomato plant, you do this. Got my hair, but nightshade. They're the nightshade family, so you can plant them linear too. Plant them, lay down the stem so it's down on the ground. Put the soil right on top of it, and it'll grow all kinds of new roots that way as well. So I think I'm done up here. Yeah, it's that time of the year for us down here. We'll probably still get a freeze or a frost before we get into actual spring. But like I said, these cold weather hardy plants that are mulch deep, they don't have a problem, and potatoes will do just fine in this weather. So will the carrots. So I'll keep you posted. We'll see how long it takes before I get some potatoes sprouting up through this mulch here. I reckon probably about 3 weeks. It'll take a couple weeks for them to set in, and then they're going to take a week or so to grow and get themselves above the mulch. But it's that time of year again. So thanks for watching, folks, and I hope you have a great day.